Rim Country News brought to you by Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. Same stop, different horses since 1916. And by Terlucas and Brandt, CPA PLLC, with a long history of providing quality CPA services right here in Rim Country. On this Monday, April 26th, for Tano TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson with your Rim Country News headlines. Well, this past Friday, the Payson Police Department turned to Facebook to get the word out about their need for help from the public in locating a vehicle involved in a hit-and-run crash. That crash occurred Thursday night around 7:20 p.m. on Highway 87 out in front of the AutoZone store. They reported that a maroon station wagon or crossover type vehicle hit a young man on a motorcycle and then fled the scene. Well, the good news on this is they did report that the young man sustained non-life-threatening injuries, so at least that part is a relief. But they also reported that the maroon vehicle should have damage at or near the passenger side taillight. Well, Payson PD went on to request that, quote, if you are in the area at the time of the crash or see this vehicle, please contact the Payson Police Department. Well, it seems apparently, at least in this one case, Facebook worked out pretty well. A short time later, Payson PD had an update that they offered to their original post, which read, quote, the driver and the vehicle have been located as a direct result of information called in from this Facebook post. We'd like to thank you for your partnering with us to make our community a better and safer place to live. Well, a tip of the hat to our local Payson Facebook crime fighters. Pretty impressive indeed. What a community information hub that Facebook has become. Well, in other news from around Rim Country, and there's a bunch of it today, what's being called the Bushnell Fire was reported by the Mount Ord Lookout at about 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Now, firefighters were quickly dispatched to a fire about 2 miles east of Highway 87 near Bushnell Tanks. That's on the Mesa Ranger District, rather near Sunflower. At last report, 4 engines and 1 helicopter were working to contain the fire, which only grew to about 2 acres in size. At that point, they said crews had been able to stop the forward rate of spread and that containment lines should be completed by last evening sometime, and that'll be followed up by mop-up operations to extinguish any remaining hot spots. Fire officials say the fire was apparently human-caused and is currently under investigation. Well, and as scary as that is, the problem isn't just down here in the lower elevations. The same kind of problem up on top of the rim as well. Yesterday around 2 p.m., units from the Highlands Fire, Pinewood Fire, and the U.S. Forest Service were dispatched to an area along the 132 and 9421G roads for a reported wildland fire. Now, due to the coordinated response from multiple agencies, initial arriving units on the scene were able to quickly stop the forward progress of that fire. The fire was contained to just a little over an acre in size. As a result, fire officials say, please, it is unseasonably dry outside right now. Please do your part to prevent a wildfire. And as a matter of fact, some areas expecting quite high winds today. A red flag warning goes into effect today in some areas. More on that in just a moment. Speaking of firefighters, one of our local longtime dedicated firefighters hung up her turnouts for the last time over the weekend. After 27 years of community service, Pine Strawberry Fire Department engineer Stacy Figueroa is retiring. And as she walked out of the station yesterday, well, it was for the last time. The Payson Roundup is reporting, over the years, Figueroa has been on the sad, the ugly, and the occasional happy calls. The brotherhood and teamwork of her crew, she says, makes the daily job rewarding. She went on to say, quote, we hauled a local resident down to have her baby, as she recalled with a smile. Stacy had known the mother since she was in grade school. A week later, that mom brought the baby to the station, to meet the whole crew there that helped get her and the baby to the hospital safely. Still a tough job for any person. Figueroa said that she had to stop thinking about being a female firefighter and just be a firefighter. But being a female, Figueroa leaned on her mom energy to connect with patients on calls. Now, she said, quote, "We are approaching people in a very vulnerable state," she said. Our crew used the female energy for small children, scared and injured people, older folks alone in a fearful place. Those are all calls where her mom energy, she says, has come in handy. As a single mom for much of her career, Figueroa found the schedule and the brotherhood of the firefighters to be really important in her life. She said, quote, "I will miss the camaraderie. You become family even when you don't get along." Figueroa was talking about her co-workers when she said that, and she went on to say, "When things hit the fan, we're there for each other in the worst moments." Well, from a media perspective, I personally can report that Stacy did a great job of communicating well with both the media and the public. It was very obvious that her heart was in every moment of her work, and we here at KRIM and Tano TV wish her the absolute best in this next chapter of her life. Well, coming up in Rim Country weather, things are about to get strange. Windy conditions are expected again today across much of northern Arizona. Critical fire weather conditions will also exist over portions of eastern Arizona this afternoon. Rain and snow showers move in from the west to east starting this afternoon and should be lasting at least through tomorrow. So, a complete look at your full 7-day forecast is coming up next. Has some interesting twists and turns. You're watching Rim Country News.
Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination. Jake started out as an Arizona stage stop way back in 1916, and folks have been stopping here ever since. Jake's also has been famous as a popular stopping spot for travelers headed to Rim Country or Roosevelt Lake. But as more people discover this historic stop, more and more, it becomes the destination. It was even featured in the 2008 movie Jake's Corner and later featured at the Sedona Film Festival. Ice-cold beers from the tap, imported or specialty beers, a generously stocked full bar, and great food that keeps you wanting to come back again and again. Enjoy a game of pool inside or step out and enjoy the covered patio and outdoor bar with live entertainment and much more. We hope to see you soon at one of the most historic stopping spots in Arizona, Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination.
Hi, I'm Michael Dowling with the Old County Inn and Pinewood Tavern. So we've been using Terlucas and Brandt probably for the last 4 years. They've been really awesome to work with, Amy and Marguerite. They do everything now from pretty much all of our payroll needs, pay all of our taxes. They even help us on Fridays to pick up our checks, which is great since they're local. But I pretty much use them for everything. They've been awesome to work with, and they take off all the things I don't have to worry about as far as taxes go, so I can concentrate on my business. But as for now, they're pretty much doing all of my personal taxes, all of our payroll needs, all of our business taxes, and very affordable and just awesome to work with, and they're local. So we really appreciate them, and they've been a great partner with us so far.
In your Rim Country 7-day weather forecast, water vapor imagery shows a stream of moisture from the Pacific being pumped into Southern California, Nevada, and far western Arizona. That as a trough begins to descend into the Rockies. As the system approaches, winds increase out of the southwest once again this afternoon. Model soundings show strong vertical mixing during the afternoon. What that means is this will allow for 35 to 45 mile-an-hour gusts to mix down, especially on the lee side of the Mogollon Rim. As a result, a wind advisory has been issued for this area. Critical fire weather conditions are also expected over the eastern portions of Arizona, where drier air will remain in place through this evening. Thus, the fire weather watch has been upgraded now to a red flag warning. As heights continue to fall today, Pacific moisture continues to be pushed into northern Arizona. Showers look to develop over the western portions by mid-afternoon and continue to spread eastward through the overnight hours tonight. Monday evening, colder air begins to move into the region. Snow levels are expected to fall to around the 6,000 to 6,500 foot elevation, with around 1 to 3 inches of snow expected overnight tonight and into Tuesday morning.
The end result is an area-wide wetting precipitation around 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch in the lower elevations and 1/3 to 2/3 of an inch in the higher terrain through Tuesday night. Now on Wednesday, the upper level low at this point is expected to be directly over Arizona, beginning moving eastward. Now, a few showers could linger during the day Wednesday over eastern Arizona with wraparound moisture as the low moves out of the region. Thursday, heights begin to rise as a ridge off the California coast builds into the southwestern U.S. Dry weather and light winds, along with significantly warmer temperatures, are expected to continue through at least Saturday. Now, temperatures across the higher terrain look to be approaching the low to mid 70s, while the valleys climb into the upper 80s to even lower 90s by the week's end. Saturday, the ridge begins to break down ahead of a weak trough descending into the Rockies, and however, model solutions right now differ greatly on the timing and how deep that trough will be. Nevertheless, a return to windy conditions and slightly cooler temperatures are possible for late in the weekend and early next week. Meanwhile, highs and lows around rim country today, well, they should look something like this. Here in Payson today, it's going to be an interesting day. Clouds are going to gradually be on the increase. Our high today only expected to be around 61 degrees, with our low tonight dropping to around 38, so it does indeed look like precipitation here tonight will be in the form of rain, at least in Payson. And we do have a 60% chance for rain tonight. That goes up to a 70% chance tomorrow. So now up on top of the rim, not quite the same picture up there at Clintswell. They'll be looking for a high today near 53 degrees with their low tonight dropping down to around 31, and that includes a 70% chance for snow up there on top of the rim. And our neighbors up in the communities of Pine and Strawberry, well, you can expect a high today near 57 degrees with the rain moving in this afternoon and eventually turning to snow, with your forecast low tonight expected to drop down to around 32 degrees. Over in Young, 63 is the forecast high there today and 36 the expected low tonight, so precip there should be in the form of rain. Down the mountain in Tonto Basin, well, they're warming up to 71 for a high today, and again, tonight's low there dropping down to a pretty mild 47, so everything in the form of rain there. And by the way, they go up to an 80% chance for showers down in Tonto Basin tomorrow, so pretty good chance for precip everywhere. And all the way down in the Valley of the Sun at Sky Harbor International Airport, well, they should see a high today near 78 degrees with a very mild low tonight, only dropping to about 55. And that's what's happening around Rim Country. For Tonto TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson. Get out there and make it a great Monday.